Happy Friday, everybody. I'm Rick Garcia. Welcome to Real Estate It's That Simple. I'm with Phil Nordella. Phil, is it really that simple?
It is, and it actually can be, but sometimes it's challenging.
Why is it so scary then? Why is it so complicated for most of us who buy and sell homes?
Well, because of the fact that they just don't understand how many layers it is and how deep it goes and how it's difficult. Yeah. And the sad part is most realtors have a hard time with it until they get up to speed.
Yeah.
Because it takes a long time to learn. The nice thing is as soon as you actually have it all down, it can be simple because any challenges that come up, a really good realtor will see them 3 steps ahead and take care of them before they become a problem.
And make their buyer or seller feel more comfortable as a result.
Exactly.
So that's why the name of the show is Real Estate It's That Simple. It's every Friday, 10 a.m. And Phil and I join you on those days as you roll into your weekend and you think about open houses and whether you want to list your property or whether you want to buy something. And we're going to try to help answer some questions when we can.
I've got something exciting. Okay, so I've got Steve and Linda Spiker. Okay.
The Steve Spiker?
The Steve Spiker. Absolutely. You're going to love this. So he and Linda, tough life, love them. They're just living the best life. They happen to be in Hawaii right now listening to us.
Honestly?
Check this out. Hang on a second. But their daughter, Lindsay, is listening to us in London. How are they able to do that?
Very simple, and I'm glad to hear this because I'll tell you, for the KHTS radio app, you can listen to us anywhere in the world.
In London.
On the KHTS radio app. You download it. It's free. You can listen to us in London. You can listen to us in Hawaii. I can pick a bone with Steve. I can say, listen, you invite Phil to golf all the time, but you never invite Rick to golf.
Oh, okay. You know, I'm going to get a text here in about 2 seconds.
Yeah, the KHTS radio app, and we love our listeners who listen everywhere.
Absolutely. Hi, Lindsay.
And by the way, we should point out that many of the things that we discuss in terms of real estate don't always apply to Hawaii and London. So we want to that's our disclaimer.
Exactly.
All right.
Absolutely. Okay. Hey, listen, real quick. I actually want to pitch a new listing that I took this week.
Okay.
I had some very nice people call on my listing in Agua Dulce. And went out and showed them, and they fell in love. And so they said, we have a house to sell, which is something that's normal for clients to do. They can't just go out and run and buy a house. Usually, they have to sell theirs first, which makes sense. So I went out to see them this week. Very nice people, really great home in the Monteverde tract of Valencia North. In fact, I know it so well because I actually raised my kids there. I was 17 years in the Monteverde tract. Love the actual the schools there.
Saugus,
all
right?
awards.
This is Saugus?
Saugus High, yeah. It's Arroyo Seco Junior High and Santa Clarita Elementary, all award-winning school, blue ribbon schools, amazing. But I just want to give a pitch. This is on Rio Gusto Court.
Okay. And then
it's 27718. It's 1,452 square feet on a 5,600 square foot lot. We've got it listed for $569,000, and there's going to be open houses from 1 to 4 on Saturday and Sunday. So please, come on by. It's not going to last the weekend, I do not believe.
Do you have any features?
Yeah, actually, it looks like a model.
Oh, a model.
And it's on a cul-de-sac.
Why can't I do that?
A cul-de-sac is awesome because you can actually tell your kids, you know what, go play in the street.
Why can't my house look like a model home?
Oh, your house looks like better than a model. Are you kidding? Come on.
Not even close.
Yeah,
the clutter in my house?
If only I could live like you live.
Yeah,
oh, my gosh.
Whatever. Do you want to talk some more numbers? You have something
I do. You know what? I do. More numbers.
SCV. By the numbers.
Yay!
I hope you paid that kid.
Wait, are we on a break?
No, we're not on a break.
So
we're going to get you in here, Marla, in just 1 second.
Believe it or not, we are on the air. Although you never know. Maybe Patrick, can you call the FCC?
Yes, sir.
I think they've taken us off.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Are we on a break?
That voice you hear, by the way, we should point out that sultry. She sounds like an actress almost. Is Marla Ferris? She's a loan professional from Augusta Financial, and the most important part of this whole process is getting the money to buy the home, right?
You know what? Everything starts with Marla. I hate to say it. It's an interesting story how I actually got to know Marla. 25 years ago, I was doing a lot of business, and it was before I became an owner. And I had a couple of transactions that the clients couldn't get loans. They couldn't, and I shopped them everywhere, and everybody came back and said, there's just no way, I'm sorry. And so I said, okay, well, let them go. And my assistant at the time said, you know what, there's a gal that I'd like to at least, maybe she can try. And I said, well, we've tried everywhere else. I mean, it doesn't, if I'm going to let them go, might as well just see if we can't have them talk to Marla. So she did. Marla got them both loans. And I've loved her ever since. She's awesome. I've worked with her for the last 22 years straight, and she does 99% of my loans, which is awesome. Welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, Marla.
It's very nice to be here, and
Yeah.
I like the introduction.
One of the
So,
biggest words, the first word you hear right out of the blocks is they're qualified. You always hear a realtor say, we've got somebody interested in your home, they've been pre-qualified.
Yeah. Explain the two differences between being pre-qualified and being pre-approved.
There's a very big difference. A pre-qualification is really listening to what the buyer says and then taking it as truth and just go, oh yeah, he works here, he makes this much money, he's got this much money in the bank, and yes, he's qualified. It's very plain. And loan officers used to write up these letters just like candy. They would just pass them out and not verify really anything. And so a pre-approval is where we actually get all that information and then we get the documents to back it up. We run a credit report, we know exactly what their down payment's going to be, what their credit scores are, what their purchasing power is, and then I write up the letter, sign my name, and it's good as
Good as gold.
Yep, we know that they're going to get pre-approved for a loan.
I love that, and it's funny because I have a lot of people come into my office and they say, well, we'd like to buy a house. We're not in a major hurry, which tells me something, right? It tells me that they're not going to make a decision on the very first thing we show them, which is terrific. But I tell them, look, I get it that you're not in a hurry. While you're not in a hurry, and take this time to get completely pre-approved. Because if for some reason I've got an offer and you pre-approved them, opposed to somebody else that's just got a pre-qual letter, I'm going to get them that house because of the strength of what you've given us.
Right.
And that's huge. So how are interest rates right now? What are we looking at?
You know what? Interest rates are fantastically, historically low right now. This week, we had a lot of volatility, but we ended up our conforming rates, which are loans at 510 or less. They're going to be anywhere from 3.375 to 3.625, depending
Wow.
on the scenario. Loans that are going from 510, 400 up to 765, 600, they're at 3.625.
Why the odd numbers? Can't they just round these?
I know.
We did this last week.
What the heck? Why is that so silly?
500,
Well, we've got-
$10,400, something.
And 77 cents?
Well, every year, HUD puts out the limits, and they are always very odd, and it has to do with the median incomes. It has to do with...
Round it off. Come
I
on,
know.
people.
Okay.
To the lowest number. To the lowest number.
Well,
Make it easier.
Yeah.
Here's a jumbo loan that I just quoted yesterday, $820,000, and we're putting them in at 6.25 with a half a point. So that's fantastically
Can I raise?
low.
I'm raising my hand in class here.
Yes.
Real estate, it's that simple. I hope you don't mind, Phil. Let's just talk about a $500,000 home, and you need down payment money. Let's say it's 5%. That's probably
Okay.
a pretty common number. So that's $25,000, right?
Okay.
You save and you save and you save that $25,000, and then you find out the hard way it's not $25,000 down to buy a house. Can you explain what gets added to that?
Well, I learned my lesson the hard way the very first time I bought a house. So it's the down payment, and then you have closing costs. Typically, if you're buying cash, the closing costs are going to be much lower, but with a loan, which is what I do, we have to have the lender open the loan, process the loan, underwrite the loan, so that we have lender fees there. We have to have appraisal fees. We have to open an escrow. We have to open a title. We have fees for that. All the document preparations, all the HOA transfers. And then once the loan closes, we have to record it. There's a whole bunch of background
So
things.
ballpark,
So
$25,000 down could really be what?
could be another $10,000,
So
$35,000.
Okay. So people need to be aware of that.
However, there's a lot of loans that allow you to ask for the seller to finance those costs. So if for some reason you didn't have enough, you just had enough for the down payment, but you didn't have enough for your closing costs, There are certain loans that will allow you to say, okay, we're going to give you, let's say if it was a $500,000 offer, we're going to give you $510,000, but we're asking for $10,000 back for credit for closing costs, so they don't have to actually have those in the bank.
Right.
So that's possible too.
Right,
you
as
can
long as the home appraises and the sale price is negotiated, absolutely, we can get credits. Lenders sometimes can give credits through the interest rates. There's plenty of ways to get the extra funds for down payment or closing costs for the clients.
And you can negotiate with, the seller and buyer can negotiate
Right.
with each other over some of those costs.
Absolutely.
Right? Okay.
Yes, exactly. Let me just go over, before we actually continue on, let me just go over what we've got actually when it comes to active listings. Remember, Rick, last time, I think 3 weeks ago, we had 365 listings. Last week, we only had 316 listings in the MLS that are active. Today, we have 334, so it's actually fluctuating right around in there. In my 25 years or 27 years of business, being in business, the actual, the active listings fluctuated from where they are right now to 1,400, which is unbelievable.
Wow.
And the average has been about 700. So to have only 334 active listings, that's not a lot. And it's funny because active under contract and pending, there's 421 that are actually in escrow, which means that if for some reason we didn't continue to get active listings, it would take less than a month for us to sell out.
Wow.
And then we wouldn't have any listings. So it's incredible time for someone to list their house.
When you hear there's low inventory, that's what you're talking about.
Low
right?
inventory,
Yeah.
and there's good news and bad news with that. The good news for the sellers is it's like diamonds. If there's not a lot of them, the price goes up, or they actually remain firm and usually have multiple offers. But for the buyers, there's not a lot to look at, and so they're constantly looking for the new things that are on the market, and it's exciting for the sellers. What's exciting for the buyers is
Right.
the interest rates.
Yes.
Right? And so that's a great thing.
The whole inventory kind of situation is a little driven by the decrease in the interest rates. So we've had a lot more interest in people buying homes, and so they're selling faster, and the inventory is lower, but it's being fueled by the low interest rate. So it's a really great match made in heaven for sellers wanting to sell and buyers wanting to buy because they got the low rate.
Also, there's a lot of people out there that are renting, right? And I think, believe it or not, I think a lot of them are renting. They could actually buy. And I think that they just don't know. So we're actually out there trying to help them understand what they need to do to be able to purchase. And so there's a low or no down payment assistant program, right?
There's all sorts of low down payment and no down payment program options, and you really need to speak with a good expert who knows all of those programs, because there's dozens, and definitely we can match 3 to 5%, 6% assistance to those buyers to help them pay for the down payment, help them pay for their closing costs, and it just takes a lot of understanding where the buyer's coming from, which programs fit them. Some have.
Well, I was just going to say, is that different than a second? Is it treated the same way? Is it a
Some of those
separate loan?
programs
or-
are seconds.
Okay, got it.
And some of them are grants.
Okay.
So they'll give the assistance, like you'll put down, you'll do a 97% on a one loan and then 3% on the second loan. So then you get that 100% financing or the no down payment, what we call
Which
that.
is terrific for a lot of people because they can afford to make the payment. They've got good credit, but they just don't have the down payment.
Right.
And that solves the
That's
problem.
always a
which is
common
great.
story, yeah.
Yeah, terrific. So what's the future hold for interest rates? It looks like, what's the year look like? Are they going to fluctuate down even more, or what can happen? I know the coronavirus thing is weighing heavy on the world right now. Is that going to affect interest rates? They're saying that might trickle down a little bit more because of
Well, yeah, interestingly, the biggest bump that we had in decrease in interest rates was due to that coronavirus. It
Oh,
creates
got it.
uncertainty in the world, and when investors are trying to invest their money, they'll either go to two big pools, a stock pool or a bond pool, and when there's uncertainty, they don't take their money and put it in stocks, they put it in bonds, and mortgages are based off of the bonds, and so that's how we got improvement in the rate.
Oh,
Nice,
that's
nice.
interesting. That's odd.
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
anytime you have uncertainty,
Yeah.
it creates, people want security. So a bond is a more secure, and so it gives us positive improvements in our interest rates.
Well, I thank you for giving us all this information. I also thank you for being there for me every week when I call you on Thursday nights just before the show and say,
Frantic,
okay,
probably.
you got to give me our numbers again. So all I can tell you is Marla is an ultimate professional, and I've worked with her for a long, long time. How do they get a hold of you when they want to talk to you about getting a loan?
Well, the best way is my cell phone, 661-510-7989, and my email is Marla, M-A-R-L-A, @AugustaFinancial.com. I also have my website, www.marlaferris.com.
Awesome.
Yeah,
That's
no
awesome.
obligation, right? Just to maybe ask questions.
My forte is education
Yeah.
and sharing the good information, because you really need to have somebody that you can trust.
Yeah, and make you comfortable.
And again, it's one of those things, I wouldn't be using her if I had any complaints. I get people that say, you know what, Marla's a doll. She's just so nice and everything's great. She's very concise and she knows what she's doing, and it makes me feel better that I'm giving my clients to her. And they will continue to come.
Excellent. Thanks,
Thank you.
Marla. Great
Thanks,
to see
kiddo.
you. We appreciate that. All right,
Thank
name of
you.
the show is Real Estate. It's that simple. Listen, before you put the home up for sale, you might want to consider what it looks like. Or at least when you do list it, you have to be prepared on how it should look when you're bringing buyers through your home. So we're going to have a special guest that can help you style your home when we come back.
If you're thinking of selling your home, have Phil Nordella come out and give you a free, no obligation property valuation. Just call 661-312-3561. It's that simple.
Omelets or pancakes? You used to have to flip a coin, but not anymore. Because for a limited time, all 10 of our hearty omelets now come with unlimited pancakes. Which means this coin doesn't have to choose anymore.
What? I don't have to choose anymore? Ah! Later, choosers! I'm free!
Choose not to choose. Over 10 omelets now come with unlimited pancakes. At IHOP.
Take the stress out of moving. Affordable Quality Moving and Storage has been owned and operated in Santa Clarita since 1996. They excel at relieving you of the pressures of moving. You can be assured your belongings are safe and will arrive at your new location, whether it's down the street or across the country. Discover the difference. AQMS, Affordable Quality Moving and Storage. Read the reviews online at aqmsnationalmoving.com. AQMS, Santa Clarita's favorite moving company.
If you're looking for an SUV-based home design firm you can trust, look no further. Style My Space is a recognized leader in luxury vacant home staging and interior design projects for all of northern Los Angeles County since 2006. Their 5-star reputation for beautiful staging installations helps sellers realize up to 10% higher offers in as little as 1/3 the time as non-staged homes. Get an instant quote on our website at stylemyspace.com. That's stylemyspace.com.
We all know sometimes people lose their way. If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, the Way Out Recovery SCV may have the answers you've been waiting for. The Way Out is the premier intensive outpatient treatment center serving Santa Clarita. Asking for help is the first step. Call The Way Out today, 661-296-4444. That's 296-4444 for a private free assessment. The Way Out is an accredited, affordable outpatient program that accepts most insurance. Call us at 661-296-4444 or check us out online at thewayoutrecoveryscv.com. Quit battling with yourself. Ask The Way Out for help today.
Have you heard about Assistance League Retail Store? For a good time and a great deal and bargains that are an amazing steal, there are friendly volunteers ready to share a smile. So come on in and stay a while. We take donations on gently used goods, and proceeds from our sales stay in the neighborhood. So for a great buy and a special find, come visit our store anytime. Assistance League Resale Store located at 24369 Main Street in downtown Newhall.
Hi, this is Brian and Lindsay Schlick with Schlick Art Photography and Video Studios, your visual marketing experts in Santa Clarita for the past 8 years.
We're a one-stop shop for all your visual content. From headshots and professional portraits to video marketing and business storytelling. Give us a call to book in at our new studio on Avenue Tibbetts in Valencia.
You can reach Schlick Art Photography and Video at 661-313-3907. That's 661-313-3907.
This is Greg from Consumers Furniture Gallery. For the past 41 years, we pride ourselves on offering quality name brand furniture at unbeatable prices. We carry a huge selection of dining and bedroom furniture in the latest styles and designs. We also have the largest selection of sofas and sectionals in the Santa Clarita Valley. You can choose your style, fabrics, leathers, and colors, or have one of our experts design it for you. Our mattress gallery features over 50 beds featuring Diamond and Serta. Consumers Furniture is located in the Center Point Shopping Center below Sam's Club and Walmart.
My name is Frank. I'm the proud owner and operator of Braveheart Termite and Pest Control. I've been doing this for over 25 years. Call me for your termite needs and concerns. If you're in real estate and need a quality home inspection, call me today. You'll have those reports same day or within 24 hours. I will help you solve your issue with what needs to be done and nothing extra. Call me so you can have freedom from termites. 661-373-2617. That's 373-2617.
Your hometown station, KHTS.
And welcome back to Real Estate It's That Simple. I'm Rick Garcia, along with Realtor Extraordinaire, Phil Nordella.
Stop.
So there you are. You're thinking about selling your house, and you, regardless of where you want to go, you got to get your house ready. People sometimes fail to remember that they want to make their house presentable, and it's not always that easy. For some folks it is. For somebody like me and my family, we have clutter all over the place. I don't know what we would do, but there's a plan for that.
Yep, absolutely. And you know what? I will tell you that this is something that's so important because what sells homes are what we call buyer emotional appeal. They pull up, they see the outside, they look at it, it's either going to resonate with them. If it does, terrific, they're open-minded, they walk in, and all of a sudden, they have to have that, oh my, right?
Yeah. And it's like when you go into a model home, you know, you're a looky-loo. We used to love to go into new developments. You'd walk through a model home, and your house never does look that way. By the way, you want to remind people that when they walk in, there's nothing in there, but there's something about the way a model home looks that makes it so inviting. So we thought we would invite Kim Kapellusch in. She's with Style My Space. Her job is to help you make your home ready when you put it up for sale, which could then lead to selling it quicker.
Not only quicker, but multiple offers. Hi, how are you?
Hi, great.
Welcome,
Thank
Kim.
you for having me.
Thank you for being here. Yeah, this is awesome. So I can't stress how important it is for people to consider actually staging their home and using a professional like you. Now, I know basically you've cornered the market on this business, okay? I don't know of any other company that actually has been doing it either more professionally or as long as you do, and you also teach, which we will get into that also. So what can you tell us? How'd you get started?
Well, interestingly enough, I was a set designer. So after that, I wanted to expand my business, and my mother said to me, you know, your cousin sold her house in 14 days. Everything else is on the market. She had an estager. I, of course, was in love with everything on HGTV already.
Sure.
I just assumed that people had to become interior designers and have a 4-year degree and then move into staging after that. And she had learned from her stager that you can take courses. And so I took a course, and then I started my company. My course was not really hands-on. There wasn't really hands-on at the time. And so then after I built my business, I also then built the courses after that so that people could experience things hands-on.
And it's not an easy thing to start, obviously, right? I mean, first you have to learn all about it, and then you have to, you know, there's a lot to know, correct?
Absolutely. And a lot of it's psychological as well. So you're always thinking about how is the buyer feeling, what is it that they're noticing, and so on. So a lot of times we live in our own home for a really long time, and we don't see all of the things that are still laying on the floor, our personal hygiene items, they're things that we use every day, but those are things that people walk through the house and they kind of get the heebie-jeebies,
turned
you
off,
know,
yeah.
right? They're not bonding. We want them to bond with the house, so.
No buyer emotional appeal, and that's a problem.
With some cultures, they look at things like feng shui, which we've heard of, where certain pieces of furniture or cannot be in hallways, and I don't know, so from a strategic standpoint, you really do think about where the couch is going, where the end tables are going to sit.
Absolutely. So as long as it's open and inviting, and you're exactly right where you take out the extra pieces that kind of block energy, also how you're facing the bed in the room, if at all possible, you're not facing the bathroom, and different little things like that that kind of incorporate feng shui along with it.
Now, if you get into a house and the people say, look, I need help, but they do have furniture already. So is there a way around that? I mean, do you help them actually maybe move their furniture a little bit and put in some better things, or does it have to just be a vacant house? How does that work?
So that's a good point. We have everything from consultations where we can come in and for a pretty reasonable cost, around $300, we tell them everything that they can do to stage the home themselves, and they enact that plan on their own.
Nice.
Yep. And then we can also give them that and then come back and install more items and make it feel a little bit more balanced with things that they might be missing. And then, so that's another hybrid of that. And then all the way to vacant homes where it's just completely empty and we start from scratch.
So you bring furniture in the case of a vacant home, and decorate the home, basically.
Absolutely.
Now, this is interesting, do you actually go and say, okay, we have to, let's say it's a vacant home, do you go in and say, okay, we have to put something in every room, or will you sometimes just leave a bedroom or two just empty to show that it's a fairly large size? Do you ever do that?
Absolutely. So generally, you want to stage your main rooms the most, right?
Sure.
Wherever the buyer is literally going to live in. Some of the secondary bedrooms maybe don't need to be addressed, but the living spaces, dining spaces, master bedroom are key. The kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and in entry level or mid level homes, sometimes you don't have to do those other areas.
This reminds me of something that happened a long time ago. I was showing someone a house in Santa Monica, and it was staged, and it looked great. And we went into the master bedroom, and she went, "This looks comfy," and she jumped on the bed.
Oh, no.
And it was a bunch of cardboard boxes.
Well, a lot of beds are fake, just because of storage. So I have an 8,600 square foot warehouse. We can stage up to 50 houses. But we do, if I had to have 50 houses times 3 or 4 bedrooms of mattresses all stacked up in my warehouse, I would need like another couple thousand square feet.
Yeah.
So we don't use boxes, we use something a little sturdier, but yes.
But the point is, don't jump on the bed
Exactly.
if you go look through a house.
And don't you
always
think
remember
that's
that.
strange? Why would you jump on somebody's bed?
No,
That's so
it
weird.
didn't make
you're
any
right.
sense. It was like, oh, this looks comfy, and all of a sudden, and it just, she just, I mean, like if you jumped on a box.
The money
what would
pit
happen?
with Tom Hanks. What are some common seller faux pas? I want to list my property. What can you tell our listeners? Just give us a couple of do's and don'ts. We don't want to take money out of your pocket because you do this for a living, but what are some really silly mistakes that we tend to make?
I see a lot of people thinking that their window treatments from like 1990 are an asset to their home. And what's ironic is if you take all those out, somehow the home magically feels more updated. So I always recommend, first of all, you want as much light and bright always sells. So you want to take those down, label them, put them in the garage for the people. If they really truly want to use them, they can hang them back up. The living room, south wall or something. This is that window treatment.
Sure.
So that is big. A lot of people, when they leave the house, they don't think, oh, I should make my beds and put not have dirty dishes in the sink. What if you have a showing? Don't leave your shavers and your toothbrushes laying all over. And I have 2 rules of thumb. Like, if you don't know what you should be doing in your house, number 1, ask yourself, would I see it in a 5-star hotel?
Right.
Oh,
Right?
I like that.
And when in doubt, take it out. So if you're thinking Bob's blue recliner has to stay in the room because you don't have enough furniture pieces, not really. Go ahead and take that out.
Those
It
are
might
good
look
too.
a little sparse, but it's probably going to look better.
Should I get rid of my teenagers? Is that what you're saying for like a week?
I think they've got storage facilities for teenagers.
teenagers?
Oh, that's a
They
great
should.
idea.
Let's start that.
Storage facilities for teenagers. It's funny because a lot of times I will tell the clients, if you can come as close to making it look like you don't live here,
Right.
that would be a great thing. And
It's really hard to live like that, but it really works.
Yeah.
Because the buyers just kind of come in and they start attaching. And we also have a list, if anybody wants to, on our website. We'll go over that, but like with all the tips, so they can just download those.
Yeah. Do you ever actually go into a house? Because every so often I'll do that, and I'll walk in the house, and it will be a hoarder. I mean, literally a hoarder.
I know, it's so
And
tough.
they go, okay, you need to help me. And I'm like, oh, boy. So I'm just going to give them your number.
Yeah, that's when you do the short list.
Yeah.
Here's the 5 things you're going to leave in this room after I leave, and then back the rest up.
Just throw a match in there, unfortunately. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, anyway, but that's you really make your money there when it
Yes.
comes to trying to clear it out. Yep. Okay, so talk to us a little bit about what are the average costs? Can you kind of give us an idea of what it would be? Let's say the house is vacant. Okay, let's say it's 1,500 square feet, and you're going to actually maybe just do the living room, maybe dining room, and maybe a kitchen table and some niceties. What do you
Right.
think that would be?
So we have our minimum package would also include the master bedroom then.
Okay,
and so
great.
for minimal amounts of pieces, because that's a hot spot. The buyer's moving in, they want to start emotionally attaching. That's the space where they're going to spend a lot of time.
Yep.
So generally our packages start at $32.50 for 2 months,
Okay.
and that would include living room, dining room, master bedroom, and kitchen and bathroom surfaces. And again, it's a limited amount of piece. That's sort of the entry-level package, and for kind of an entry-level home.
Is that a
It goes
vacant
up
home
there.
again? Is that?
That's vacant.
All vacant, okay.
Now, the reason why that's such a great price is because, especially now, because we have no inventory, if you want to give yourself a chance to get multiple offers, which is where the sellers really benefit, that makes it even more of a chance to get those multiple offers and getting people actually going back and forth to see if they can't,
Absolutely.
win.
The
Right?
seller's always in the best seat when they have
Yeah.
offers to choose from.
Yes.
So if you can keep playing those against each other, that's your best case scenario for getting the most money out of your
Now,
home.
on your website, if they go to your website, can they actually see different stagings? Do you have any sort of pictures or anything of what some of this
Absolutely.
stuff
We have
looks
the
like?
gallery, and then on the agent page, we actually have the list that they can download. It kind of explains the process,
Mm-hmm.
step by step, and all of the tips. Some of the tips they can do to kind of prep their home. to
What's
get
the
it right.
website again, the website address?
It's stylemyspace.com.
StyleMySpace.com.
Now,
Yeah,
is
go
it a different website for the school?
You can access the classes on Style My Space, but we do have a dedicated, obviously, it links you to our website at the Academy of Staging and Design.com.
So talk to us a little bit about the fact that there may be some people listening that say, you know what, I've always wanted to do that. I love doing that. How would they, tell us a little bit about the school.
So the school is a business startup course. It's all hands-on. They actually go out in the field and experience the consultation, a redesign, a vacant home. We even have them come to our warehouse locally in town, and we have a white box challenge where they actually put a empty canvas. They get to pick from our warehouse and put everything together in that empty canvas, so that they've gone basically through every step of the process and we also have interior design courses as well. They're all a week, and they're all coaching and mentoring business type courses. We only take up to 9.
Are you kind of like me a little bit when I train agents? Because I've trained a lot of them over the years, and as I train them, and I start to think, you know what? If I'm a realtor and I'm training them, I'm actually training my competition. Do you ever think about that?
A little bit, but it's interesting. A lot of people actually come from we've had from Beirut, different countries come, especially for the interior design, because we're the only course that does the live portion in 1 week's time, so they can fly in and fly out.
That's great.
And we have people that come in from all across the country. So even though we only take up to 9, generally 4 or 5 won't even be from the vicinity. And if they are from LA, they're in different parts of LA.
You know, on some investment properties that I'd had in the past, other states, so I really never had a chance to see them sometimes. When it was time to sell, the realtors never suggested painting or carpeting any of these places because their feeling was you're not really going to get that back in the price. But decorating the home, straightening up the home, could probably go further, I would think. That would be a worthwhile investment.
Absolutely. Generally, you're going to earn up to 10% higher offers than you would have if you did not stage. So typically, like, $32.50 if that's where your package is. If you're going to get 10% higher, it's
Sure. Oh, yeah.
It's
You're
a,
kidding? Holy cow.
a tax write-off and everything.
10%
besides.
higher, on a $600,000 house.
Big difference. Well, and I mentioned that because you could paint it all you want and carpet it all you want, but somebody may not like the paint and carpet you put in there.
Here's an interesting question. I actually was fortunate enough to represent somebody on a very, very, very large sale in Corona del Mar. It was a lot of money, and it was staged. And they liked it enough to where they said, we'd like to buy some of this. Do you do that also?
We can. It depends on what we're installing, but yes, we do put together price quotes if somebody wants to purchase the items in the home.
That's nice.
Well, how did Phil and I both been on movie sets, and how did you take that experience? What are the similarities when we think about you're watching your favorite sitcom, or you're watching your favorite film, and you're like, it's amazing how real it looks. But if you're on the set, you're actually there, and you're like, oh my, it's like paper. You know? And I was on a news set for many, many years, and when we had earthquakes, you just saw this stuff like, waving around like it looked like it was big glass windows and stone, and it would be shaking like, like paper.
Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, all that's fake. But what is interesting, I think, is just, combining different elements together to create different sets and the space planning. And so you take that space planning skill into the houses. I'm so good with measuring things. I can almost look and say, that's 5'7" or something like that, and be right on. So, and just being able to, pull things together to create a room.
Would you come over and stage my house?
Yes,
now? We're not selling it, but
we're not selling it.
Interior design.
I think I've had your interior designers come over to do some of our rooms.
Awesome.
But I'm talking about actually putting things into where they belong, and the things clutter up, and the next thing you know, I'm ready to move.
That's awesome. Well, you know what? It's exciting, and you do a great job, and you're like the best at this.
Oh, thank you.
Which is terrific.
Can you give us your information again, Kim?
Absolutely. Okay. So stylemyspace.com, and then also if you're interested in the courses, it's www.theacademyofhomestaginganddesign.com.
And is there a phone number we could call
Absolutely.
as well? If you're old-fashioned like me?
Yes, 818-726-6429.
Rick still has a pager.
I do not, but I feel like I should sometimes. Kim Kapellusch from Style My Space, stylemyspace.com. Look them up, and this may be one of the best investments you make if you're thinking of selling your property.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Awesome. Thank you so much for coming.
Good to see you.
All right.
Name of the show, Real Estate, It's That Simple. I'm Rick Garcia along with Phil Nordella. We're going to be back with one of Phil's wonderful tales from the dark side.
Whoa.
If you're thinking of selling your home, have Phil Nordella come out and give you a free, no obligation property valuation. Just call 661-312-3561. It's that simple. Marla Ferris at Augusta Financial is the consummate mortgage professional, committed to helping you turn your dream of homeownership into reality. With more than 22 years in the finance mortgage industry, Marla brings extensive experience and top knowledge to help make your loan experience hassle-free. Given her honesty, integrity, and attention to detail, she is the loan officer you can trust. Marla knows what it takes to get you the best loan, the best rate, and the best service in the industry. You'll find Marla Ferris at Marla, FERRIS.com.
Do you ever listen, but you're not really paying attention? Sort of like what you're doing to me right now. This is Alex Urbina, your advanced life coach specialist. One of the most frequent questions I hear is, what is a life coach? Well, tune in every Friday at noon to learn the value of having a coach and listen to a live coaching session on the radio. Right here on your hometown station, KHTS.
Marston's Restaurant has been a Pasadena landmark, voted the best breakfast in California by the Food Network magazine. Discover Marston's Santa Clarita location, open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Marston's also has a fantastic catering menu that adds a delicious twist to any event. And they cater picnic dinners for that memorable romantic date. Experience Marston's on Newhall Ranch Road and McBean, or log on to marstonsrestaurant.com.
Mold contamination is a growing concern for all of us, especially in our homes. Golden State Mold Inspections is Santa Clarita's leading mold inspectors. Be sure to protect yourself and your family with a professional mold inspector. Golden State Mold Inspections can identify mold problems and future mold challenges. Call the mold professionals, Golden State Mold Inspections. Visit their website for details, goldenstatemoldinspections.com. That's goldenstatemoldinspections.com.
Let's talk about insurance. Are your rates skyrocketing year after year? Or do you feel like you would benefit from a professional advisor that works for you? Give the great team at Voy Insurance Solutions a call. Voy works with dozens of the best insurance companies to help you obtain competitive rates and comprehensive coverage. Homeowners, auto, business, and life insurance. Voy Insurance. Right price, right coverage, right now. Mention the Phil Nordella Show and get a free $10 Starbucks card. Visit voyinsurance.com. That's voyinsurance.com.
If you're looking for an SUV-based home design firm you can trust, look no further. Style My Space is a recognized leader in luxury vacant home staging and interior design projects for all of northern Los Angeles County since 2006. Their 5-star reputation for beautiful staging installations helps sellers realize up to 10% higher offers in as little as 1/3 the time as non-staged homes. Get an instant quote on our website at stylemyspace.com. That's stylemyspace.com.
Castle Inspection is the top choice for home inspection in Santa Clarita. With over 20 years experience, make Castle Inspection your choice when buying your new condominium or home. From mobile homes to mansions, the outhouse to the penthouse, your best bet is a net from Castle Inspection. An inspection is a fair and objective evaluation of the home's physical and mechanical systems. Expert knowledge, thorough research, and clear communication are what sets a net at Castle above the rest. Schedule your appointment online now at castleinspection.com.
Marla Ferris at Augusta Financial is the consummate mortgage professional, committed to helping you turn your dream of homeownership into reality. With more than 22 years in the finance mortgage industry, Marla brings extensive experience and top knowledge to help make your loan experience hassle-free. Given her honesty, integrity, and attention to detail, she is the loan officer you can trust. Marla knows what it takes to get you the best loan, the best rate, and the best service in the industry. You'll find Marla Ferris at Marla, FERRIS.com.
Take the stress out of moving. Affordable Quality Moving and Storage has been owned and operated in Santa Clarita since 1996. They excel at relieving you of the pressures of moving. You can be assured your belongings are safe and will arrive at your new location, whether it's down the street or across the country. Discover the difference. AQMS, Affordable Quality Moving and Storage. Read the reviews online at aqmsnationalmoving.com. AQMS, Santa Clarita's favorite moving company.
KHTS, your hometown station.
Welcome back to Real Estate It's That Simple. I'm Rick Garcia along with Phil Nordella as we take you into your weekend here. You might be thinking of driving around town looking for some prospective new homes, possibly.
I hope so.
Right?
Right after they call me, and they can put my car, and I'll drive them around.
Can they call you?
How much gas is?
Will you answer the phone if they call you?
Of course.
What's the number?
It's 661 312
Right.
3561.
How come I don't have that number?
I don't know why you don't have
list
it.
of contacts.
Why don't you have it memorized?
What's your number
I'm
again?
actually hurt.
Can you?
Yeah, it's 661.
Okay.
You ready? Are you writing it down?
I am
661.
not.
You're not? Well, then why am I saying it?
I remember well.
661 312 3561.
Okay. Very good.
Call now. Call collect. Operators are standing by.
And if you call now, it doesn't matter what your line of work is. It doesn't matter if you're real estate, if you're a board operator in radio like Patrick, or whatever you do.
Yep.
We've all got wonderful, I say wonderful, horror stories, because you can laugh about them later. But at the time, they are truly horror stories that just scare you quite a bit.
Yes.
Tales from the dark side.
Wow. That is scary.
Yep.
And you probably have your share, right?
Well, after 27 years, I don't care what business you're in. If you're in something for 27 years, something went sideways at some time, right?
Sure.
It's just the way it is. So yeah, this is my one for this week, and I hope you've enjoyed them so far. And they give you gray hair when they happen, but as soon as they're done, and as soon as you get past it and everything is okay. This is something that sounds scary in the beginning, but it turned out okay. So I'm going to tell you. This one I call, do they sell cat parachutes?
Do they sell cat parachutes? I was doing the Ed McMahon part.
Johnny Carson.
Do they sell Cat parachutes.
Okay, so I know a realtor that actually showed a house to some people, and when they went to see it originally, the windows were filthy. Right?
Yeah.
And so she said, tell you what, you buy the house, I'll make sure no matter what, the very first thing that's going to happen is I'm going to actually, for you, have a window cleaner come in, and they're going to clean the windows. Now, it's a 2-story house, terrific. Well, they had a cat. And the cat was not just a cat.
Can I just stop you there? If there's a horror story, there's probably a cat involved.
You want to make it a black cat? We can make it a black cat.
Remind me to tell you our cat story after this one.
Oh, boy. So this cat wasn't a cat. It was their baby. It's one of those things. Yeah. It's like, this is not our cat. This is Fluffy, whatever, and she's our baby. Fluffy. So if for some reason you have someone come and open up our windows and clean them, my cat has to be. So they said, well, to take care of that, what we'll do is we'll just make sure that the cat is put in the master bedroom, and we'll close the door.
Yeah.
And it's the 2nd story, so we're good to go. So they go upstairs. The guy starts cleaning, right?
Yes.
He opens the window.
Yes.
He takes off the screen. And the cat jumps out the window.
Of course. I was going to say, they locked it.
It's the 2nd story.
They have windows in that bedroom, right?
It's the 2nd floor. I didn't think it wasn't me.
Cats?
It wasn't me.
Cats?
This cat went right out the window. It landed on an umbrella, right? And then it just hopped down on the barbecue and gone.
Wow.
So, needless to say, the realtor had to call and say, we protected your cat except for the fact that the cat jumped out the upstairs window.
That's the good news.
And no, they found it. They found it. They called a bunch of people. They went and they looked, and they found the cat. And the cat was fine. The cat wasn't hurt. That's why I said it. But I'll be honest, I wouldn't have thought that a cat would have jumped out the 2nd floor.
You really didn't believe that? Cats, by the way,
I know
are
it now.
agile. They're the most agile animal. By the way, cats. I'm a dog person. Yeah. My wife loves cats, but she loves our dog too. And I broke the news to daughter number 2 yesterday. We were leaving a soccer game, and I said we were talking about the cat, and one of my kids said, Dad, Armani loves me, and I said, I hate to tell you this, but Armani doesn't love anybody. I said, nobody is better to Armani than your mom, and he hates your mom too. Now, I was scolded all the way home. How could you say that? Cats don't love anybody, right?
Well, they're pretty independent.
It's me, and you if you feed me. Yeah, that makes sense on a cat story.
I like the cat, the type of cat that lies in your lap, and if you pet it, and then as soon as you stop, it bites you.
Oh, they're just evil. I'm just telling you.
That's funny. Okay.
Yes.
So here's next up. 9 ways buyers sabotage their home purchase.
Okay. Uh-huh.
And this is really important to know because even though it kind of sounds like a negative, it isn't. It's an actual positive because these are things that you can learn. And the reason why I'm going over this is because when I do an open house personally, I'll be there in the open house, and one of the first things that I ask the people that come in, besides the usual pleasantries like nice day, right? I will ask them, not do you have a realtor, I will ask them, have you been looking long? And some people will say, no, we just started. And other people say, yeah, we've been looking for about 8 months. And I'm thinking, okay, so what is the reason why you have been looking? I blame that on the realtor. And it's not necessarily the fact that the realtor needs to pressure them. These are the 9 reasons why it just doesn't happen to go through or they don't get a house.
Okay.
Number 1, first, having unrealistic expectations. Now, that's with all of us.
Yeah.
Right? When you actually go to look for a house, you want, when they call it a dream home, you want your dream home.
Right.
So I think one of the most important things, and I try to tell my people is, look, if we can get 9 out of 10 or 9 out of 11, there's going to be certain things that it's not going to have. So maybe it's going to have all of these things that you want. It's going to be on a cul-de-sac. It's going to be with a pool. It's going to have a thing, but it's not going to have a pantry. Mm-hmm. Okay, and it depends on how important that pantry is, then we actually just keep looking. So that's one of the first things, all right? Next, the second thing is hesitating. For some reason, we hesitate. Hesitating is not a great thing just for the fact that if, and this is what happens sometimes with hesitating. You'll show, I've actually sold probably in my lifetime, I probably sold 15 or 20 homes. It was the very first home we showed them. Now, we showed them others, but they came back to the very first one that I showed. And I think it had to do with the fact that that was the one that came closest to their wish list in the beginning. Okay, so that's important. Next, number 3, comparing everything by the one that got away. This is really something that's bad. They'll miss out on one. They'll put an offer in, and the offer wasn't strong enough, or the realtor, messed up somehow, and they didn't get it. And now everything that they actually do from then on out, it's like, yeah, this is nice, but it wasn't the one over there on Cherry Street or whatever.
So never look back. Yeah, never look back.
Never look back. Right. You know what? You just got to figure, and that's why pre-qualification is so important, because if you don't pre-qualify and you put them in the car for something that they can't afford, let's say it's $30,000 over their price range, and you find them, I promise you find the perfect house and they can't get it.
Right.
And then that's a really bad thing. Next, nitpicking. Well, that's kind of like the first one, when it comes to not everything looks like a model home. The model homes are staged, like Kim said, and it's not going to be that perfect, okay? It just isn't. So you have to kind of look.
You have to imagine your furniture in there as opposed to what
exactly.
you're looking at. Okay.
Looking too much actually just confuses people. Okay. Now, it's important to look and see everything, but there's that always, there's always somebody, that there's always something else out there that I think I might actually find, and that's a problem. Trying to time the market. It's like, well, I don't want to buy right now because interest rates just went up 1/8% or whatever. It's almost impossible to time the market.
The home that you may want may not be there when you
Exactly right. Exactly right. Making lowball offers. You finally find the home of your dreams, and you know what? It's listed for $700,000. They said, let's offer them $6,000. And I said, well, that'll just upset them, right? So you don't want to do that. Making lowball offers, you want to make them something fair so they're
realistic,
rooting for you. Right, exactly right. Or asking far too much when it comes to getting it in escrow. And so you do a physical inspection, and then all of a sudden they say, okay, see all these things on the physical inspection? Just send them the physical inspection. I want them to fix it all. Okay? That's not going to work out. That actually makes sellers very, very upset. Being inflexible to where you say, okay, this is the way it is, and I'm not going to,
You were being nice, stubborn.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, you have to be able to
You got to be bendable. Exactly right.
Those are some, and remember, ways to sabotage your home. What's the website real quickly, Phil?
Hey, it's PhilNordella.com, PhilNordella.com.
Just sound it out. And the phone number?
Oh, 661-312-3561. Call now. Call collect. Operators are standing by.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Real estate, it's that simple. We'll see you next Friday at 10 o'clock.